gon' call me Jiggy when I'm home, then call me Snowman here. We ain't never home, but treat the city like the base, yeah. You know where to look if you're looking for the wave, yeah. Looking for the...
Welcome to another episode of the EuroSteppin podcast, where we bring you real talk from all players that play all around Europe to get their life experiences, the cultural differences and stories that they have on and off the court. Snowman, how you doing, man? How's everything going in Seattle?
I'm good. You see, I'm inside today. I ain't want to show you all the weather. You would have clowned me, so I'm inside today.
Probably was a little wet.
Just getting there. Leave me alone. It's gonna be.
Oh, it always rains in Seattle and Portland.
Man, stop doing that to me, man.
I was there for a day. It rained all day in the summer, just for a day.
Y'all not gonna do that.
I was there 3-4 years. So think about how much it rained.
At least 85% of the time.
Yo, you gotta relax.
Well, hey, I like this guy, Snow. I really like this guy. You know, I can tell he's going to be a good guest for our show. He's did a lot of work all over Europe. He got a lot of accolades. Then, you know, let's start off. He was a Spanish Cup champion. He was a two-time Greek League champion. He was a Greek all-import team. He was a Greek Cup winner. He was a Greek League PIR winner. Two-time Greek League Best Five. Chinese NBL champion. Chinese NBL Finals MVP. Chinese NBL all-import team. Chinese NBL All-Star. Then we go before that, he was second, 2 times third team All-ACC, ACC Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time ACC defensive team, third team Parade All-American, McDonald's All-American.
You did it all, is what it sounded like to me.
As you can see, Mr. Chris Singleton has did a lot in his, I would say, short career thus far. But I like this guy. I really like this guy. I'm going to tell you one reason I like this guy as I was doing my research, Chris. Your birthday is November 21st. Same day as mine.
Oh, best day in the world.
So I knew this guy was special. So welcome to the show, Mr. Chris Singleton. Chris, man, appreciate you joining us here, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys for having me. I love what you guys are doing. I'm glad we can rap.
Chris, tell us a little bit. Let's start early in your career. But before we jump into, you know, some of this pro stuff that we love to get into, tell us a little bit about your McDonald's All-American experience. Is there any unique stories, anybody you met, anything that went down and people just don't know about that you want to share?
Mickey D's. Well, first of all, when we got selected, we all were let down because it was Milwaukee. You know, right after us, it was Miami. I think before us, it was some Chicago maybe or something good. But, I mean, no disrespect to Milwaukee. I know people out in Milwaukee, but, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but everybody was cool. I mean, I think there was the best thing, there was like a Mickey D's All-Star Cypher that happened with who was it? Elliot Williams, Iman Shumpert. Basically, all 25, 30 of us crammed up in a room, and they were all ciphering. Huh? Iman and Elliot Williams had the bars for the most part.
Yeah. He just
I'm not a rapper. I was just, I'll find a beat and play it. So I was a rapper. I was just trying to figure everybody out. But it was like 20, 25 of us crammed in the room, though, hearing them go off. And my boy Jarrell Howard was in there, too, leading it off. But, I mean, that was like one of the most interesting things that happened, just to see us all come together no matter what. Because we all grew up playing together and playing against each other.
Right.
So – because, it was all the big tournaments back then were a lot different than they are now. We actually got especially in Vegas, we came together. And then on the national level, we come together sometimes and play games against each other.
Mm-hmm. So fast forward, man, you go on to college. Tell us a little bit about your college experience. When you Were you expecting to jump into the league? Like what was your coming off being the McDonald's All-American? Were you thinking you were one and done? What were you thinking? What was your headspace at the time?
What I was thinking was, it was either it was three choices. I was probably gonna go. I was going to Tennessee, Kentucky, or Florida State.
Okay.
Kentucky, I had good relationships with Patrick Patterson up there, and that was like my brother. Like we found a connection right off. So I went up for my unofficial up there for a football game or something. We linked right away. I think there was a lot of turmoil on the team then, and I didn't know what was going to happen if I was to go there. So I was just like, can't go there. Tennessee, I mean, I loved everybody there, but you saw what happened, and everybody got let go from Tennessee. And I mean, I wanted to I wanted to stay away from that, and I chose Leonard Hamilton, Florida State. He just a genuine guy from right off the bat, genuine guy, and you could tell whatever happened in my life, he just wanted the best for me, and that's what then my mom fell in love with him too. So it was just like it was easy for me. It was 4 hours away from the crib. I mean, distance for me didn't mean anything because I was going there to play basketball, and the school I chose was going to be able to choose our school. I chose, and just Florida State. I was the first to really commit. Well, I committed in Davis. We called ourselves the Fab Five or Fab Six. I mean, we kind of stole that from Michigan, but we thought we all wanted to go in there and change things. Florida State hadn't been to the NCAA tournament in a long time. They were always on the bubble, stuff like that. We wanted to make a name for the school other than football. And we thought we were the pieces to do it. And turn out we were. And now you see what it is. It's starting to change from a football school to a basketball school if you're in Florida. Maybe nationally now with the things that are happening with the football team.
No, it's definitely a national house already. You guys did that for sure.
Yeah, and that was a goal. And Leonard he set the foundation. He held us accountable, and I think we held each other accountable. And our thing, at the time we were the winningest ever at Florida State, the winningest group. But now it's changed with the players, the type of players they get now. But I think just going into school, I didn't know what I was going to do. And then I didn't know what I was going to lead first or second. I was just going to play it by ear. And I got there my first year. I felt like I didn't develop the way I wanted to. We had all AC player of the year. Should have been player of the year. I think Ty Lawson got the year. Tony Douglas. And it was his show. He earned it, and it was his show. And we just stood in the corner and just hope Tony win it for us. And we played defense. Right. And so, and then there was a lot of talk then, but I just feel like I didn't know what was going to happen if I put my name in there. I didn't know it was going to be first round, second round, or whatever. And then the second year, I got better. And I feel like at that time, I maybe should have come out because I was hearing talks about it being a lockout before that, and just to get that 1 year under my belt and then the lockout. But I wanted to win. I wanted to do something special at Florida State. Just making a tournament wasn't it for me. I wanted to just go back and do something else. So I went to my junior year. I went to USA basketball camp, which really put me on a different level. And that was the first year they brought the college back into the system and had them play against the pros. And that's where I found out like I can compete. Like I'm really here with the guys, with the top guys at USA basketball, and I'm here and I'm playing. Like I'm playing my butt off. And then I was just going to my junior year and I'm hyped and I'm like, yeah, this is it. So after I got to my junior year and just coming off the summer from USA basketball, I felt like I was there. I was in tune where I needed to be, and what was the next step for me. So I thought I was gonna have a good year. I started off a great year. Just in the first, I think I played like 10, 11 games. I got hurt and I broke my foot.
Mm-hmm.
And that set me back because we had just started ACC play. And then I had to miss all of that. And I ended up coming back for the 32 and the Sweet 16. And I did practicing for a while, but I mean, coaches were keeping me out. I wasn't comfortable. I still had like, you know, that little limp you have because you were favoring it. So they kept me out until I was pretty much 95%. And then we got to Sweet 16, lost to VCU for backdoor play, but I knew that it was time to leave because I felt like there's nothing else I could do at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I entered my name in the draft. I ended up getting drafted number 18 to the Washington Wizards, 2011 draft.
That had to feel crazy. Like that had to be an amazing experience and moment for you, especially coming off the broken foot and having what most folks would probably consider like an incomplete season, being that you were out for so long, only played, 13 games or so.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like? Were you scared going into the draft? Did you think what was the word? Did you hear you were going in the lottery? What was the word? What was you hearing?
That was crazy. Just the whole setup was crazy because I had to do everything to show everybody that I can still play. And I ended up doing like 18, 19 workouts within like a month or something like crazy. I was flying to different cities, no rest, just playing, whatever. I didn't even know I was going to get drafted by the Wizards. I didn't know any of that until they actually called my name. There was I ended up going to the green room because I was late. I got added like a day before because 2 days before Charlotte had called me, and Silas was still the coach. Silas Senior was still the coach, and Joe Henderson was the go-to guy, or he was supposed to be the next newcomer at the time. And Silas had told me, and Silas had sat me down on my second visit, like, if no one intervenes, like, you my guy, like we're gonna get you. And I think it was at something like number 9, 11, 10, 11, 12. I don't even remember what it was. And I was just like, all right, I felt good. I was like, all right, I just got added to the green room like that the day before. I guess they had told someone. And then I think Mark Jackson was the coach in Golden State. And he was telling me something like that because I had a really good workout and I was showing him I could shoot. And it was the same workout with Clay. So just like, that was kind of ironic, whatever. But me and Clay are so cool to today. And we were, at the time, we were both represented by Bill Duffy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there was a little dilemma right there. And I think, obviously, they chose the best option. But I mean, it was a lot of teams right there that they didn't tip their hand to where they was going. They were just telling all the agents or everybody that we might be you are our guy, you're our guy, that's our guy. And they were telling a lot of people that. And so there's a lot of confusion. I remember working out for the Knicks at the 17th pick. And then Tony was the coach. He didn't even let me finish the workout because he said, I seen too much. You're not even going to be around at 17. So he told me not to work out anymore and just go to your other workouts. And I was just like I was just so confused because it's like the head coach telling me like, don't even work out. Like, you did enough. You're exactly what we're looking for, blah, blah. But you're not going to be around at 17. I guess there was, other knowledge and stuff like that. That was like going into the last week too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so it was a lot of emotions put up. It's like, I'm about to like come out, like you said, coming off a broken foot. I could be actually lottery and all this stuff. And then you get there to the green room, and I have got Spike Lee sitting right next to me. Like where, the green room is like the players in the little square, but Spike Lee is like legit sitting next to me, and whoever his second man's is is right there, like, oh, we picking him, and it's like he's literally like pointing at me, and his hands like this close to my face, like, yo, we're about to pick him if he falls to 17. I'm just like looking at it like, this Spike Lee right here. Like, I was like, I'm getting hyped, and Knicks, and they end up picking my other guy, Von Shumpert, and it was just crazy, just the whole feeling, just having my family and my friends there. It was cool. Like, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah.
Right. So fast forward, you get taken at 18. You go to the Wizards. Now you're a rookie, going into your rookie season. You got the world's out in front of you. How's it all play out for you? Your whole NBA experience.
The whole NBA to go number 18 was a blessing. I told you, I didn't know I was going to the Wizards. They had told me you'll fall 14, 15, blah, 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 whatever that bull crap, they told you right there. Okay, I fall to 18, and I get to the Wizards, and I had known John from some of the Kentucky visits and stuff like that, so I already knew him a little bit.
When you say John, can you clear up for our listeners and viewers?
Sorry.
Who John is?
So I had already known John Wall when I was going to the Wizards. Like, I had met him and played with him when we were up at Kentucky on some unofficials and stuff like that. And we were going up there, and I knew Trevor Booker was there, and I had just met Jan Vesely. He was the sixth pick at the time. I met him and was there for 3 or 4 days. We were all in whatever, a couple of days in New York or whatever. So it was cool up there. I had went up there for workouts with everybody. I got the Andre Blatch came and opened his open arms with me and everything. He flew me out there to work out and stuff like that because it was during the lockout, so no one knew whatever. So I'll go up there, spend a couple of days, and then I'll go back to Atlanta like that. But it was just going to the Wizards, like, you didn't know what to expect. Like, the atmosphere of everything that had just happened, like the year before, was there. And it was just like, it was all over the place. People didn't know what to do. People was like, it was just like the end of chaos.
Time out. You kind of skimmed over something that I think is really a story that you got to shed some light on. You said you were there just after chaos, and some of our viewers are going to know what you're talking about, and some aren't. So are you referring to Gilbert Arenas? So can you?
Yeah, I think the year before I got there, the year and a half before I got there, it was the whole Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Crittenton. And I know Javaris from Atlanta and Atlanta Celtics. I played with him when at the Super 64. I played up when I was 14. I played on that 17 team. I didn't play a lot, but I was on that team. And that's when he blew up, became the number one point guard and all of this stuff like that. And so I knew him and stuff like that. And so, that Javaris Crittenton and Gilbert had got into it over money or something like that. And then it was a lot of money. And I think Gilbert had told Javaris, basically, he wasn't going to pay him. And if you know anything about NBA and plane rides, it's just like there's a little gambling. Like the per diem that they get, like they just play because they all make more than that. It's just extra. So I think they were playing over sums of money, and then and guns ended up being involved. And so they were dealing with the fact that they had just traded Gilbert to Orlando and got Rashard Lewis. Then Rashard Lewis is one of the coolest guys up there. He's straight guy. He'll just tell you just how it is. And going back and going into the Wizards, it was just nobody knew what was up. They just knew John Wall was the face of the franchise, and they just knew they were just going to push him to just drown Gilbert and everything. So John, and John lived up to it. I mean, until these last couple of years, he got hurt. I mean, you don't know, you never know when you're gonna get hurt, but he was becoming something. It took him 3 or 4 years to really figure it out. But then I think he's a superstar. He's a player that the city needed at the time, and it's cool. And then I go there, I played, and I think there's a lockout, so shortened season. I think it was 50, 60 games. I don't even remember. I remember we had 2 like back-to-back games, which is they wouldn't even think about nowadays in the league how it is. And so it was wild. And then I remember we were bad. We were bad. I mean, it was just I think the franchise knew where they wanted to go with John, but the players weren't ready for John just to be the star yet. I think everybody saw it as open opportunity for everybody. Like this, I could actually be that person of the organization. And you can see it on the court when we played. It was just like there was no deemed one person. It was just like whoever gets it is just they're gonna try to make something out of whatever is in front of them. And this being chaos and bad, it was just bad. We were just bad. If it wasn't for Charlotte being super, super terrible, then we would have been the talk of the NBA for sure. For sure. Even more than it was. And that was the first year of Shaq and the Fool. And we were on that. We were on that all the time. It was just like, man, I just want to go home one day and not see me on the bench or in the game just looking at something like ridiculous that's going on. You just want to be like, made it to NBA, made it to Shaq and the Fool.
So JaVale
social media is starting to blow
was
up.
on that team.
Yeah. JaVale is actually a cool guy. It was just like, I don't know. You just feel like he just went blank sometimes, and just the stuff like we did was just like it was Shaq and the Fool worthy.
Right.
And we were on that. I mean, it was just like every episode or whatever it came out, we were like 1 or 2. Like it was just like get us off here. That's the only thing I was thinking. I was like, and they were just losing, so it wasn't helping. But it took us 3 years to get out of chaos with them. And I think that was my last year there. It was just, and I think I made the decision not to return because they offered me. It was not to return based off. I felt like I just got lied to. It was just a whole bunch of lies. Like everybody from whoever ever was just telling me this and telling me that. And it wasn't straight up. I understand that my performance wasn't where it needed to be, but going to the second year and third year, they lost all hope in a lot of people, and you can see that. And it didn't make sense to a lot of people, especially if they were first rounders or whatever. Like it came to a collection that we felt like it wasn't just me. We felt like they were just doing everybody wrong. Like it came to a point there was like 5, 6 power forwards on the team, and everybody's like, we're looking at each other like we're all first rounders. All of us can't play. Like they didn't want to trade nobody, so it was just like we all just here. We all just stuck. Like you just gotta deal with it. And then we were losing. And then the second year they thought we had hope. Then John got hurt. He missed half the season, and then the third season I think is when we fully grasped it. We got Trevor Ariza. Marshall Webster had his best year. I think it might have been – I think the first year he played like 60-plus games. You know what I mean?
Can I throw this in? Can I throw this in here?
Yeah.
Martell Webster's from Seattle. Go ahead. Do your thing. Tell your rest of the story, brother.
He is from Seattle. He's a cool guy. His family is cool. Yeah, people used to call us twins because everybody thought we looked alike back then. So I thought that was funny. But he had a great year. Ariza had a great year. I thought he should have remained with the Wizards, but I felt like they didn't. They tried to get him on that contract extension, and then he had to leave and go to Houston. But it is what it is, and I had a good experience in the league.
So let's get to the nitty gritty. We're not trying to gloss over your NBA experience, but this is called EuroSteppin.
Mm-hmm.
So when your first experience that you knew you was going, because you went to China first, am I correct?
Yep.
So you're the first guest that we're interviewing that has played in China.
Okay.
What were you thinking before getting on that plane, while getting on that plane? What were you thinking flying over that water to China?
Well, I think a couple of days before that, I had just entered preseason with the Indiana Pacers. And my agent had told me, like, I was a lock to make the team, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But came down to it. Paul George said at the end of the preseason, he told him he was going to come back, so they didn't have the exception anymore. So that last spot ended up being only one spot, and they wanted to just keep their draft pick. And I had I couldn't have done better in a preseason camp, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, they cut me, and they knew information about me that I didn't know. He was like, "Oh, we're going to cut you right now, but I heard your agent has a great deal for you in China." And I was just like, China? Like, like it wasn't even like, oh, like, you're cutting me. You're talking about China. I'm just like, what? Like, how? Like, how did you know this? I guess, like, yeah, I told my agent, whatever. But whatever. So I go back to the locker room. I say whatever, bye. And then I just hit my agent on my way out. And he was like, I got a good deal for you in China. It's with Tony Douglas. Tony Douglas is on the team. And I was like, all right. It was good money and stuff like that. And I was just like, bump it. I'm out. So I think like 4 or 5 days, I just packed up, said bye to all my family and stuff. And I was just like, I'm out. I need to go play. My main thing of going overseas is just like, I need to play. My second and third year, I didn't play that much. I had good people ahead of me. I had great people ahead of me that were having career years and career seasons at the time. So I was just like, all right, with the Wizards, I'm saying, but I was like, bet, I need to play. I need to find my rhythm again, and then I can maybe try this basketball in the NBA again. So I heard some good things from China, and plus TD was out there, Tony Douglas, and I was like, I'm out. I ended up going to Jiangsu out there, and I think going there, you fly in there, I think you're on the flight and just like, I'm really about to go to China. You just remember hearing stories and stuff like that. And you just like, I'm about to go to China. Like, this is about to be unreal. Like, blah, blah, blah. So I think I had to fly in Hong Kong first to get my visa. Before I stayed there for like 4 days, whatever, get my visa, whatever. So you go to Hong Kong, you see everything. So you thinking this basically is China in my eyes. I'm thinking like, oh, China's not that bad. Like, I see American restaurants everywhere. I see Western culture. Like, it's just a lot of people. That's the only thing I see at the time. I'm like, all right, bet. So 4 days, and then I just go to mainland China, and it's just like, wow, like
Culture
I'm
shock.
playing. You got to play in like I get there. I got to play in like 2 days. So the team was flying from another day. I just know I had Thursday, I get there, I rest, and Friday I got to play. And so I land somewhere, and then we had to drive like an hour and a half, and the person spoke no English. So I'm just like, you just had to sign, and we had to drive an hour and a half, and it was just like Singleton, and I was just like, man. This dude about I don't know what about to happen. I could have got held up for ransom. Like, I don't know what was about to happen. I could have got. So I get in the car and we're just driving for an hour and a half. Felt like forever. Like, it's nothing. No lights, no nothing on the road. But it's a highway. And he's moving. And I get to the hotel, I meet the GM. She's cool. I meet the coach. I meet the star Chinese player, TD, I think Tony Douglas is already asleep or something, whatever. And they cool. They tell me all this. So I'm just like, you get there, you sit in the room finally after like 20 some hours of traveling. Not 20, but not that much, but like 10 hours of travel total from Hong Kong to China and then the drive and all that. So you just in the room, just like, I made it. Like, it's only like I made it here. I see my guy Tony, and then I get there, and I walk into the gym to play the game, and like I'm just you smell a lot of smoke, like, 'cause they can smoke over there, they can smoke in the gym, blah blah blah, and it was just, but they're really in tune to it. It's like they're really like watching a show. They see something good, no matter if it's good or bad for their team, and they clap, or they like it's like it felt like it's scripted the way like it comes off, like dunk, yay! Like it was unreal. And then I think the assistant coach like cussed me out because I had like 16-8, and he cussed me out in the locker room. I think we lost by like 4 or something, and he cussed me out and told me, "Don't pass the ball." Like but when they talked, he wasn't coming at me, but I felt like he was coming at me because it was aggressive, and he said it in Chinese, and the translator wasn't telling me all the things he's saying, blah blah blah, and Tony didn't give me the heads up either. Tony Doug didn't give me the heads up on what we had to do. It was just, I thought we were just out there playing basketball and everybody get their numbers, but you go out there, it's just like, nah, Americans supposed to kill. Like, that's it. 2 or 3 people, you better find a rhythm out there, and you better get buckets. Like, buckets or get your rebounds or whatever.
I see every time.
And Tony didn't tell me that.
Yeah. Every time I see the stats from players that play in China, I mean, guys averaging 38 and 20. Yeah. Guys averaging ridiculous numbers. I've seen people go for 70 in China.
Yeah, easy. It's easy over there. It's pick up on crack. Like if you like, I don't know how to, like, you just took a whole bunch of energy drinks right before you play pickup, and you got hot, and you can bring the ball up. You can do anything. I can play power forward, center. If you think you hot and you can get them, then you go get buckets. There ain't nobody gonna tell you no. Ain't nobody tell you no. You can shoot at any time. But there's no rules of that. You mean we were going up? You like this is a good shot. It's a bad shot. There's no such thing over there if you're American. Like, it's either you make it or you miss. That's it.
So as you was coming to Europe, it had to be a whole different eye-opening experience for you. Since, European basketball is nothing like that. It's nowhere close to that.
Yeah, so I think that goes into my 4th year. I ended up going to Lokomotiv Kuban in Russia. It's like the southern part of Russia. It's warmer than most Russia. So I was playing with Malcolm Delaney, which is a guy doing well over here.
He's
Anthony
in
Randolph. Yeah, Anthony Randolph was in Madrid. Dante Draper. Who else was on the team? Matt Janning. Ryan Brokoff, which played with Dallas, and now he's got a contract with Philly
for years.
Yeah, we got a squad, but Anthony had an ankle problem, and he was out for half the season. So it was interesting going into taking all the shots and then coming back here and playing point guard when it was Malcolm's team. It was Malcolm, and then it was Anthony's team because they had been there for the year before. Mm-hmm. So, and then just Europe basketball is different because people are actually trying to play like super aggressive defense, and then you can't sweep throughs. The sweep throughs, the travel, and from what they told you, it was I had to settle myself. Like, I could always shoot and stuff like that. It was just like I had to like bring it back down. Like, I got to play basketball again. Like, I got to actually I can't do whatever I want. And so, I mean, I ended up playing with great guys. I went to the Final Four that year, and everybody from that team wanted to do bigger, better things from that team.
So you've played in a couple of countries in your career. You've played in Spain. You've played in Russia, like you were saying. You've played. Yep. You're here in Turkey right now.
Mm-hmm. Greece as well.
Greece as well. Out of those countries, were there any crazy stories or crazy experiences that you had out of anywhere you've been? China, Russia, Spain, Greece. When I say crazy, like it don't have to be just on the basketball court. Like, for example, I remember walking, Taxum. I remember walking through Taxum, seeing some cops jump on a guy and beat him, and then they just walked off.
What did I see? I think I haven't seen that much. I think that too much crazy stuff. I haven't seen nobody get jumped like you. Not that I can think of.
Guys tell us stories like, sometimes in Europe, if you got like a young guy, if you got a junior player on your team, coach may slap him or something, or just a little different over there. Like, have you seen?
It's a little different.
Yeah, it's for sure different. You go to some of these countries and the foreigners, and the domestic players are like, the way they treat them is way different. Like it's way different than they treat the foreigners. The foreigners are high class, and the domestic players are like the low levels. And like, I mean, and then like their confidence is just shot because they're all like super tired because you have one practice for the foreigners, and most of the time if it's at night, and then two a days for the young guys or the domestic player, and it was just like, and you feel like you want to feel sorry for them, and you just be like, yeah, I'm glad it ain't me. Like, like it's funny. It's just like, I don't know. I mean, and then some of the games. I mean, I can go back to China. They tell you before the game. We're gonna lose this game. Before going into the game, it's like, what you mean about to lose this game? And he just said, like, we haven't won here in 5 years. Don't worry, just do whatever. We're gonna lose this game. And you'd be like you'd be soaking. Like when they first told me that, I was just so confused. What do you mean by to lose this game? I was like, he can't guard me, and he can't guard me. And then talking about the foreigners, the Americans, stuff like, neither one of them could guard me. So what are you talking about? And he's like, all right. And then you just hear him just calling like the most phantom stuff. Like you just be like, or like the craziest no call. Like you get hit up top, and you go for a layup, get hit in the head, and it's just like no call. And it's just like they try to tell you. I remember we played Sheldon Williams out there. I remember that was one of the games, and he had told me they had told me before the game, we're not gonna win. Like they told me right before the game, and then ended up being a close game. Like I ended up going for like high 30s or something like that. I remember going for a layup, and I just like Sheldon just pushes me, just like straight up pushes me, and it's just like no call. We get the rebound. A Chinese player took the shot. Blah, blah, blah. He got yelled at after the game for taking that shot. But I get the rebound again, so I pump fake Sheldon, and you go up, and he just comes out on me, just like no call. And I remember it was like after that, I think our coach had got into the game after that because he didn't expect us to be this close, and so he walked into the game in the last like 5 seconds on the clock or whatever. He just put everybody off the court. It was only a 1-point game, and he took everybody on the court. It was like, like told him to fuck off and like all this type of shit. We just walked out to the locker room, got dressed, and left. Like we just like literally walked off the court. I remember the Greek Cup. There were supposed to be no fans because we couldn't find like a neutral site or something like that.
Playing Olympiacos, huh?
No, we were playing Ike. I think Ike had beat Olympia. No, we were playing. Ike had beat Olympia. We had beat Olympiacos in the first round, and so because they started doing that now because they wanted a challenge. They didn't always want Olympiacos and Panathinaikos in the finals and everything. So they started putting them in the first round or semifinals or something like that. So we're playing Ike. There's supposed to be no fans. So somehow their fans get in there, and we had brought our clique. Gate 13 is the group that that runs. It's the fans. of Panathinaikos. So
Did you say
somehow
gate,
they had got in there.
gate 13?
Yeah, gate 13 is
Like GAY
Panathinaikos.
13?
No, GATE, like gate.
Oh, okay,
gate
okay. I'm just
13.
trying to clarify.
And
I'm just trying to clarify. I don't know what's going on.
nah.
Or something extra could be happening. I don't know. I don't know. You just had to clarify.
Nah, and Olympiacos is called Gate 17, Gate 7.
Okay.
So somehow our fans get there, their fans come in there. But before the game, we start warming up. Somehow there was glasses under the cups, like glass cups under the seats before the game. And only thing you see, they just start throwing glasses on the court while we warming up. Like wow, so we had to delay it for a whole hour so they can stop all that, clean that up, and to get not all the people out, but the people they said that were coming there. Oh, that's what I see. I seen the police coming there and beat them all, like beat them with the batons and all that. After that happened, so they was telling us to clear the court. And, I just it was on the opposite end. We had walked to the opposite end, and had to be 150 police officers walk in, basically looking like SWAT, whatever. And they just went to work. Yeah, basically went to work just with the baton and started beating everybody. If they didn't get out, they even thought something was happening. They were just beating. People were bleeding, all that. That's what I saw. I saw them come in there and just beat the living crap out of those people that was throwing the cups.
So the countries you've been in, you've been in some really nice places, man. I've been to Barcelona, probably one of my favorite cities in the world. Istanbul, Athens. As far as Europe, those are three of the biggest and probably the best cities. Which, outside of basketball, which one of those countries or cities would you say you enjoyed the most?
I think Athens. I think Athens was the most because I think it was with our team.
Yeah.
Because we were all I don't know, we were all one unit. If one person was doing something, it ended up being 5 or 6 guys. We were moving as it was a squad. We legit had our little squad, moving around the city and stuff like that. And then just everybody just wanted to have a good time. It was just have a good time, just no bullshit, just fun.
Right.
And when you get to Spain, it's a little different. Spain was a good city too. I mostly was at the casino, but I really didn't go out to Spain. But I was at the casino in Spain, and that was cool. Istanbul is a good city too. It was a lot better before the mass shooting a couple of years ago. It was a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Now everybody don't know what to do out here since that.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What's your
man.
best city to go to?
I mean, I just told you my favorite city in Europe is Barcelona. That's my favorite. But I live in Istanbul, so I pretty much done it all in Istanbul and seen it all. So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm a traveler, man. I like a lot of cities in Europe, man. I've been in a lot of places where I can probably see myself living there. But I always tell people Croatia is a untapped country that people need to go to.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. In terms of, I would say Tel Aviv for me, man. Tel Aviv's off the hook. Tel
Aviv is a good city too. But the night scene's not good there anymore. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but I was there. That was,
He don't know that part. What you talking about? All right, Chris. Man, you played high-level basketball in Europe on the highest level, EuroLeague. People say this is, the second league right after the NBA. But since you've been over here, We've asked everybody on this show this question. Who over here have gave you a hard time during the game? Basically, who gave you work during the game? It could have been that player's day, not saying they give you work every time you see him. But on that one particular day, who gave you problems?
Man, listen. Who busted your ass, dog?
It's right now it's a guards league, so not that many 4s and 5s really coming at you. But I say I know I'm gonna because me and Randolph played against each other, he always gonna look to attack me. And Tokyo Shingela that plays with Seska. Right now he's so aggressive. He's so thirsty to score. He's so thirsty. So he's just like anything. It can be like simple horns. He's gonna end up trying to score somehow. Like he's thirsty. And so you just gotta stay on your toes every time he touches the ball because he's looking to get his buckets.
Hey, but has he ever just gave you work though? Has he had a night where he gave you, I don't know what the number was, 20, 25?
Ain't nobody over here gave me that. Ain't nobody over here gave me that. But he'll get like 16 or something like that.
Okay.
16. Yeah, I'll give him that. Huh?
All on you though, right?
Yeah, I remember the one game that I think we beat them when I played for Pal, and I wasn't supposed to play the game because I had to pull my hamstring, and he knew it, and it was just like, they were just isoing me the whole game. I was just like, come on, man. And he's just like, he'll get it, and coach will go like, go, 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 and I'm just like, and I couldn't do nothing to stop it. I couldn't jump. I couldn't do nothing. But luckily we won the game, so that's all I cared about. You can hear them in the crowd too, like, Singleton play some defense. I'm just like, bro, I can't move, dog.
Hey, you know what? You made me think of something we've not asked anybody. You being a 4, right? Mm-hmm. You and a guy who's versatile athletically. I'm sure you get caught out there in a bunch of switch situations. Which guard, when you got caught out there on an island in the switch, didn't throw down to the big, but said, I'm cooking this dude and gave you work?
The best guard.
Yeah.
I think the crazy thing about that at the time I had played with all the good guards at the time. So it was kind of all the one-on-one guards. So I think it was maybe Sergio Llull, his MVP year, when he just whatever he did, it was just like, come on, dog. Like he was shooting like he got this shot where he just throw both his hands up, like literally just throw it up, no form or nothing, and it was just his year, like that. That year was just crazy by him. It's just like he'll do anything, he'll do a quick jump shot, and I think he was the one I really had, I think, trouble guarding. When Doncic was over here, Doncic couldn't score on me. So it was just like it was weird. And that was Llull's year. That was Llull's year when.
What's crazy is, yes, we all know about Llull because we've been in Europe, played in Europe or whatever. But for like the people let's say in America who don't know who Sergio Llull is, he's a monster.
Yeah,
he's a straight up monster from the guard position, Spanish. For those who don't know, Google him.
YouTube, Google, Wikipedia,
all that.
Yeah, all jump shots, crazy floaters, and the quick throw-up shot. I hate that.
All right, Dave, ask him that other question we like to ask.
So, who has made you upset while during a game, and you cooked them? Like you could have been chilling all game long. Somebody said something or did something that made you upset, and that switch just turned on. You're like, nah, I'm about to give this dude business.
It was one game that I was cooking some dude. I think we were coming off like a back-to-back 2 games or 2 EuroLeague games a week that we had to play Greek League. And in Greek League that year, it was just like it was run and gun. Like teams knew we were EuroLeague and we didn't play our Greek, so they would just run us a depth chart. That's how they thought they were going to beat us. So one game, this dude was just talking because I think he had like 8 points, something like that. But he was playing a 3-4, but he had 8 points in like the first 3 minutes on the guard. He started saying something just ridiculous, and I just blanked. I scored like 2 points. I ended up giving him like 36. Like he's just like he was just talking. I'm just like, and it was like a quick 36 though. It was just like 18 minutes. Like it was just like, and I was like, and coach had to take me out. I didn't even play the fourth, and it was just like because he was talking stuff. It was one box out where he was talking and his coach was talking, and I legit just like I swim move, got the rebound, and then dunked on him. And it was just like I looked at coach and I was like, all right, keep talking. And just like after that, I hit like 4 or 5 threes. He thought he was it. It was just like I blinked. And I remember this one time against Baskonia. I was already hot. I hit 5 or 6 threes in the first quarter. And so I come out second half. So the first play, we do something. It was to give me like a shot or something. So I set a screen supposed to come down, but the dude just headbutt me. Like he really like headbutt me, and like the ref didn't see it. And I just stopped the play and just pushed him. You know, he flopped and all this stuff like that. I got the technical, and I was sitting there like telling the ref like blah blah. You know, they don't see nothing when it happens to you, but that ticked me off too. He literally headbutted me in the middle of a play, and I'm just like, bro, what you got going on, dog?
Yeah, man, they would do that in Europe. They're gonna try to do all the sneaky, dirty little tricks they can to get that advantage.
But I had somebody.
One guy is Campazzo, which is he's gonna be in the league in the 2021. This little guy is when you play him, you gotta watch him because some stuff is just like it looks unintentional, but it's intentional what he do. Like, you know, it's just like the little stuff. And it just like that stuff just like they just get under your skin. Like I'm about to this little guy up, man.
Right.
But he's gonna be in the league. He's gonna be in the league and whenever it start back up.
What's funny is I literally just sent his highlights to Big Dave yesterday because he wasn't familiar with him. That's the dude he's talking about, Dave.
Argentina guy. He's from Argentina.
Yeah, he gonna be in the league. His contract right now is to play for Real until the season start back up. He already told him like going to the league. He's just playing Real until the league start back up until you get that call. But he gonna be in the league in the 2021 season.
Nice.
Oh, he nice. He fine. He throwing that pass you don't think nobody gonna throw, stuff like that. And he want to take over the game. He control the game too. And he gonna make sure everybody in their spots. Like he a good point guard. He good. I like him.
When you first came over to Europe and played, did you think that, you know, maybe the basketball would be soft or weak, or did you take it more serious before you even played a game?
I knew I had to change my game a little bit, but when I came in, I knew for sure it was more physical than the NBA, in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Because some players, you're a big man and stuff like that, the refs just close their eyes on some calls and stuff like that. Like you saw that foul. Like the easy little stuff you see in the NBA now would never pass in Europe. Yeah. Like the little touch fouls, unless that person got hot or something like that, then they start getting the little touch fouls. But there's some stuff you just be. I mean, I had my first share of technicals because of it.
Yeah, we all have.
Like rugby a little bit. It's definitely more physical. Tell me this. Being that it's more physical, how have you learned how to what it take for you to get used to playing this more physical style? Were you uncomfortable initially? Was it where did you decide, you know what? I'm with the shit. What's up? Like how'd you get to a place where you were able to deal with it and play this particular style and find success?
I think it was easier for me because I went to China first.
Mm.
I knew I was like, when you playing in China, like you knew you was gonna get hit. You knew you was gonna they're gonna call it a foul, but the Chinese make sure they get their fouls worth. You know what I mean? They make sure you're gonna feel it after. You're gonna have to put some ice on and stuff like that. And the league, I feel like just however who was feeling that day that was reffing. That's how it is. And then only thing I had to change was with not being the hand checking and not being physical on the wing. If you're a big, as soon as you touch the guard, it's a foul.
Yeah.
Like you try to hedge or something, you playing 1-on-1 or something like that. Only thing it takes for that guard to throw their head back or take that one retreat dribbling, do the fake like that, and then it's a foul on the big. That's the one thing I had to get used to. Yeah.
Looking like a broad throwing that hand stuff. I hate that. Why y'all do that, man? See,
oh man,
he was a guard, Chris. So you know he probably was head faking out there too.
Well, I mean, I had it firsthand. I had Malcolm. Malcolm Delaney was on my team. As soon as you touch me, as soon as somebody hedged out hard on him too, and that was his MVP year. He was supposed to get MVP that year. So he'd just go like that, and he'd just go like that. As soon as you come somewhere near, and he used to get his foul. He was averaging like eight foul shots a game, 10 foul shots a game. It was like something ridiculous. Just as soon as you knew it. And then some guard, DeColo was like that. Not no DeColo like that.
The Europeans got it down pat.
It's the soccer flop. It's the soccer flop.
Yeah,
that's where
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And they get it easy too.
So Chris, man, we're gonna kind of close it out here for you, but I want to ask you this question. If there was a guy who never came to Europe or played in Europe, and you could give him some kind of insight, some kind of words of wisdom, per se, to say to him, what would that be?
I would say figure out literally what you're good at right now and maximize it. Like, if you're good at shooting, just make sure every time you touch that ball, you're a threat to shoot. Right. Because some people like you playing someone, they don't know who you are, they might not press up on you or something like that. Just come in, just be ready with your shot, shoot it. If you're a runner, outrun everybody.
Right.
If you're a rebounder, go get that rebounder. I think I was telling some kid this. He from the States, whatever. And he was telling me this. He's like, this is my first or second year, but it's my first year in Istanbul. And he has like Sean Kilpatrick on his team, and he has some other
so he had
other people that probably touched the league. Oh yeah, Tofai.
Sure.
And he like a 3-4, and he said he was in Italy scoring, and he said it's hard to find his spots. And I was like, bro, you got the post work. I said the only thing you need to do to maximize it is get it in transition. If you run straight to the post in transition and you go get a bucket or go create an opportunity for your player, because in their offense, it's not for him to get it. And when he was playing us, we played him in preseason, he could score a little bit. I forgot his name.
But that coach over there, if you could score that ball in the post, he gives it to you. I've known that coach. That coach been coaching for years. He had big Lance Williams. You probably don't know who Lance is, but Lance used to every time Lance came down, man, Lance get the ball and shoot it. Snow, you remember Lance? Lance used to get the ball all the time with this coach. Him and Chuck Davis was on his team too.
That was in Bonvid, huh?
Nah, when they was at Bonvid. Chuck Davis there, he played the 4 position here. It was his team.
Yeah, so whoever the the 3-4 over there at SoFi. I was just telling him like he got it. Like you just need to you got to get it in transition. If it's not for you in set offense, what you got to get it in transition and pick your spots and go get it. Be aggressive.
Yeah.
And then maybe the coach will just work you in after you see you being efficient and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of guys have to find their niche, what they do well and stick with it, and but do it within the system.
Right.
Because like in Europe, everything has to go through a system. It's not like the league where it's going to be that one man who can just do it all. No, it's the system league over here.
I agree with that.
Chris, man, we want to thank you, man. Thank you for the time that you gave us, man. Really appreciate everything that you spoke with us about. For the listeners or the watchers who want to follow you or, see your progress over the years, how can they get in touch with you? Well, like, not to get in touch with you, but how can they see you? What's your handles?
We're gonna put your phone at the bottom, dog. Don't worry about
it. Hey guys, if you're watching, my name is Chris Singleton. Instagram, I'm Chris C. Singleton. The only thing I do is say follow me. I play for Andu Leftist, at least for this year and next year. I'm going to keep working. Hopefully you keep working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. Like I said, appreciate everything. Appreciate you for coming on. And, we wish that you have a very successful year, you and your team. I know you guys are, for the people who don't know, Chris is a part of a team who's one of the heavy favorites for being EuroLeague champions.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
good luck for this season. Hope everything works out for you and your squad.
I appreciate you guys. Y'all keep, need some help or need to get in touch with some guys, just let me know. Y'all keep working.
We're going to hold you to it. Don't say that if we can't hold you to it.
All right. There's a lot of people in my phone. I'm cool with everybody. I've been over here for a minute. You know what I mean?
You live on the same time schedule. I'm hearing this now. So,
just let me know. Just let me know. It's a quick text for me.
All the names you just spit out.
Yeah. Just let me know. Whoever you want, I can find some way to get in touch with them. I know it's basically somebody on every team.
I really appreciate that, man. Thanks for watching.
Y'all keep doing you, man. Y'all keep doing you. All right.
Thanks for watching the EuroSteppin podcast. Please watch us on everything: YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That's EuroSteppin podcast. No G.
We got all the game.
Thought it was a joke, what they still playing games for? Holes in my denim, never holes in my game, no. You won't be just like me, they don't love you the same, no. The series 3-0, and I'm back home for game 4 right now. Say goodnight now, this is mine.